For this video, I'm going to review the activities you'll be asked to do as your culminating test for book talks. Some of you are going to be very excited about this, yay! And some of you are going to be sad that book talks are over, boo-hoo. The first activity everyone in the class must do, and it's called signposts. We're going to talk a little bit more about this in class, but basically you're going to review your text and look for these signposts and when they occur. Contrast and contradictions, when a character does something that you wouldn't expect them to do, an aha moment, that moment where they've learned something new or something's been realized, tough questions, a question that a character has been asked, memory moment, sometimes when there's a flashback, why does the author show us that? Words of the wiser, is there an important character that comes in and shares some insight or shares some wisdom with your character? And again, something that keeps occurring throughout the text and you want to know why. Again, we'll go more into detail with this activity in class. The next group of activities are ones that you will choose from, and ultimately you will have to do 3. Everyone must do signposts, but you will choose 2 other activities to form a tic-tac-toe formation on the board in the classroom. So when you're going through this, you won't know which ones will form your tic-tac-toe, so be open to many different activities. So one is called the social network site. You can create using templates. You're not going to actually open up an account in a character's name, but you can create a social networking site for one of the characters in your text. And you'll include details about the friends they might have, posts they might include, pictures that might be on their account that demonstrates their character and their character qualities. The next is poetry. You'll be asked to write 3 poems in the voice of 1, 2, or 3 characters. They can take the form of any form of poetry, bio poem, couplet, free verse, 2 voice, whatever poem you want. They could all be the same or they could all be different. The next is create a model. So this is where you choose something to symbolize the most important event or moment or character or something significant in your text, and you represent it in an actual model. So for example, in the story of the wolf and the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf, I might create a model of a door and have a wolf on one side and a pig on the other. It wouldn't be a drawing, it would actually be a 3-dimensional model because the door is an important symbol in that text. Promo video. Imagine that your book is being turned into a movie, or that you just want to advertise the book, and you'd create a promotional video or commercial for your movie, and for your book. And you would include the character, the theme, but you wouldn't give away the end. It's almost like doing a summary. Then there's a newspaper report or a podcast. I've done a newspaper article here, which isn't what you would actually be doing, but because you'd be doing it orally. But you want to think of a significant event in the text that might have been documented in the news and how it would be documented. And then you're going to create a podcast like a news report. So you're going to do an audio recording of your report. So for example, again, I'm using the 3 little pigs, and so the article might write, when wolves attack, and there'd be a news report about that. Or how to secure your home against wolves, gas or real flame fires, and junk removal. So these are some things that might be included in a news report based on the text, the 3 little pigs. The next is a soundtrack and CD cover. So for this activity, there's 2 parts to it. One, you'll need to create the sleeve of a CD cover, the front and the back. The front should have an image that represents a theme in the text. So again, I've used the 3 little pigs, and it has the houses with the 3 pigs in it and the wolf blowing. On the back, there would be a list of 10 songs, and those songs should have some connection to the theme of the text. So I've picked the song Our House, because that goes with the theme of the houses. He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother. All the pigs are brothers. And then the last one, Shake It Off, we shake it off that the wolf is there, and we can get past this. The other aspect of this activity is the liner notes on the inside. This is simply where you go through your songs and you explain why you chose them. So you would say, number 10, I chose Shake It Off because, and you would explain the song's connection to the text. The next is a graphic novel, where you will take your text and represent it as a graphic novel, sort of like the mouse novel that we studied for before the holiday break. And yeah. And the last is a sociogram. This is the activity that we did for our last read aloud, where you choose a central character. Again, using the three little pigs, I chose the wolf. And you would talk about the connections this wolf has to other characters. And you would use different lines to symbolize different relationships and explain those different relationships. So these are all the activities that you can choose to participate in for your final project for Book Talks.